ahead and use these. What would you prefer? Yellow spandex?
Did you see anything? No, sir. I didn't see you playing with your dolls again. Good!
Well, I'll tell you, nobody handles garbage better than we do.
You don't remember?
For you, the day Bison graced your village was the most important day of your life. But for me, it was Tuesday. What are you smiling about?
Dude, I almost had you.
Left cheek! Left cheek! Left cheek!
Hey guys, welcome to my next review. This one we are covering the Transformers, Blokees Transformers, Chapter 3, Defender Wave. Now this is the wave that will complete your Devastator. I've already done a review on the Devastator, so I figure with this, we'll review what figures are in this case. And then what other goodies are in this case. So here's kind of a look at the box, the packaging. There's more images of the figures, and then it shows you which ones are your variant or your chase. So there is the higher end chase Grimlock that's a 1 1/44. It's a shiny version. The sword is multicolored. He has wings, swoops wings on the back. And the other harder to get chase variant is of Soundwave, which is shiny, and he comes with Ravage and Laserbeak. And then the not as rare, the 5 1/144 of Grimlock is shiny, which and then Soundwave is shiny, and it comes with Ravage. And then here's a breakdown of all the other figures. And then the Shattered Glass Optimus Prime truck comes with the collector's coin. And let's look at some more of the box. It just says Blokees Transformers. The back, a bunch of legal stuff and Chinese that I can't read. Same thing with the other side, it's the Blokees logo. The bottom, nothing, it's bare. And yeah, so let's set this aside and then we'll take a look at the figures. So as soon as you open the box, you're introduced to this Soundwave card. Screams are music to my ears. On the back side just says Blokees 2025. It's Decepticon logo. And then when you open each package, it comes with its own collector's card. There's Grimlock, there's Soundwave, Shattered Glass, Optimus Prime, and Truck Mode. Here's Shattered Glass Optimus Prime. Golden Lagoon Megatron. Hot Rod. Shockwave. This is a clear Shockwave. Skyward. And Jazz. And all of them have their instructions on the back. Let's see if I can get a little bit closer. So yeah. That was one thing I had an issue when I first started building these. I was like, where's the instructions? There wasn't a paperwork with instructions. Flip the card over, they're on the card. Alright, so let's see. Let's move the camera down a little bit and then we'll go through each figure. As you can kind of see off to the side, I already have Devastator built. So you might just look at Devastator complete. I don't know, maybe I'll pull them apart. But first we got Jazz. And Jazz comes with his little like megaphone thing. All of these have the same articulation. You have ball joints. They're just all pretty much ball joints. So the head, you can get a pretty good swivel. You can look down about that far, back that far, side to side. Your arms, you can get them up to here, get a nice little T-pose, full rotation. I mean, kind of a little bit of butterfly for a ball joint. And then pop that off, you kind of see the elbow a little bit. So you get 90 degrees on the elbow. Wrist, you can get a full rotation and a little bit of tilt because it's a ball as well, but I mean, it hits. They have waist swivels, and then the legs can go all the way out to here. 90 degrees on the knees, and then you get a little bit of ankle with it being on the ball as well. So you get a little bit of rocker. Toe forward, toe back. Let's get a good shot, close up of Jazz and that deco on his chest. Really good looking Jazz. And then the other thing is, if you don't want him holding his weapon, you can peg it into his back. I mean, it looks freaking weird, but you can get it out of the way. But I just usually keep his little microphone in his hand. So yeah, there's Jazz. So next, let's do Shockwave. Same articulation. He's a little bit more limited in the head, because just of his design of his head. And you know what? I didn't mention this on Jazz, but yeah, you get full 360 at the waist, but it is a ball at his waist, so I mean, you don't get much of a crunch, but it can't crunch. But everything on him is translucent. His gun rotates. I think it just pegs in it. I don't think it's on a ball. But then he's got the hose that connects from his back to his gun. But here's a close-up of him. You can kind of get a good look at how translucent he is. And then I don't know if this is paint deco on his chest. It almost looks like a decal. Yeah, there's Shockwave. Let's see. Next, let's look at Skyward. One of my favorite Seekers. I like the purple and the black on Skyward. But Skyward comes with his null raise. You can put on his shoulder. Same articulation. His head, it's a pretty good range of motion. And then he's got a nice looking backpack with his wings. And then a nice deco for the cockpit. But same articulation as all the other ones, 90 degrees. You kind of have to put his leg up a little bit to get 90 degrees because it hits that back of his wing. But yeah, Skywarp's it's good looking. And like, I think I've said this on prior, maybe just live, but one of the cool things is even on their heads, like their eyes are a separate piece that goes up into their head and, you know, gets the color of their eyes, except Shockwave. His head's just two pieces. Jazz is one piece. Well, let's see, is Jazz, I think, is just one piece as well, because how he has a visor. So his head is just his head. It's not like a Skywarp where his eyes. So I can't say all of them, but most of them are like how Skywarp's how his eyes fit into his head. Let's see, he's gonna push that out of the way. He's blocking. So here's one of my favorites of this wave is Hot Rod. So he has the eye thing where it's a separate piece, and then he gets his blaster, and then on his other hand is his saw blade. And I mean, it's just it just pegs in. Oh no, it's a ball. It's a ball. But Hot Rod is really, really one of my favorites from this wave. Same thing, you could peg his gun, his blaster, and his backpack. Let's see, next, let's look at Golden Lagoon Megatron. And so far of all of them, Megatron, just his face is like the kiddish looking of all these so far. I don't know, it just looks very juvenile. And then his thighs, his feet, and his fists are all clear plastic to kind of give that gold effect. I think those, and it feels like a different material, I could be wrong. But it's real nice on his lower abdomen, the deco. And then there's his back. Same articulation, nothing really different with him. And then he comes with his fusion cannon for his arm. Let's see, next we'll look at Soundwave, and as you can tell, he's just the plain Soundwave. I did not get the chase variation. Soundwave comes with his shoulder mounted cannon, his regular blaster. He does have some deco on his crotch piece and his chest. Really good looking figure. I mean, all these little ones are I don't have much to complain about them, to be honest. Let's see, next we will show Shatterglass Optimus Prime. So his blaster is really oversized compared to the rest of his body. And he has a really good range of motion on his head. He doesn't really have anything blocking it, so I mean, he can look all the way down like this. Not back so much, but he can do really good, confused side to side. And then we're gonna put his blaster on his back for a reason. I'll show you. So next is Shatterglass Optimus Prime truck mode. So it rolls pretty decent. Here's a good look at that. So one of the things that's cool about the truck mode for Optimus is, so he comes with his repair drone, and as what happens is these two things fold out and they become handles. And you can take any of them, but I usually take Shatterglass Optimus Prime and put his hands on these and have him right himself. So it can let you get everything maneuvered. Better to turn. I don't know, I just popped it out. Whoops. Get everything kind of maneuvered around a little bit. And there. He can ride himself. How about that? So there's Shatterglass Optimus Prime. Here, I'm going to lower the camera a little bit. Get a better angle. There we go. It was just filling up with figures, and I just kind of wanted a better angle. Alright, so next is... This was the one chase that I got. So this is the shiny Grimlock. You can kind of tell a little bit because his chest, and he's just not that flat gray or flat plastic like the other ones. really nice tempos or deco on his chest and his shins. And on his back as well, the paint. And then he comes with his sword. He's got pretty good range of motion in his head. At least going down, they have really good range of motion. But yeah, so that's Grimlock. So, I don't know if I'm going to take Devastator apart. So here is Devastator. Now I've already done a review on him, but so this case came with Mixmaster. So there's a good look at Mixmaster. Only thing that's missing is his wheels right here. You take those off, put them in Devastator mode, and then this pops off, goes like that. And then there's Scrapper. Really good looking Scrapper. And then you can't really see Long Haul because he's kind of behind everything. But there's the front of Long Haul. And so I did mention this on the Devastator build. I don't know if you can kind of see, but there's a stress mark on those pegs, and that's where his wheel plugs in when in his truck mode. And I don't know when I stressed that, but I stressed it, and then the wheel does not stay on it that well. So be really careful when you're popping the wheels on and off a Long Haul. Probably any of them that have the mushroom peg, because I don't know, I stressed mine, but it doesn't affect Devastator at all, so I'm not too concerned about that. Oh, you know, there was one other thing I forgot to show. So with the truck mode, Shattered Glass Optimus, it also came with the coin. And I guess there's variant coins, but it just says Blokees on the back, and then this one is Soundwave and Ravage. I think the box shows the different ones. It looks like there's, was that a Devastator? Is that Grimlock? Yeah, Grimlock and Soundwave. So it must be like the chase and then like what this set's based around. 'Cause this set's based around Devastator. But if you watch previous videos, you know, or maybe you don't know, but so the Devastator, the only way you could get Devastator was, in the United States, was a pain in the butt. The only way you could get him was these cards. So all these cards have a barcode on them, even the non-Devastator pieces. Did I not pull the Devastator ones out? Oh, okay, I didn't show those. So here's Long Haul, Scrapper, and Mixmaster. So the things with these was to get the Devastator kit, because Devastator kit doesn't come with anything; it's his own separate thing. To get the Devastator kit, you would scan this barcode, and then it would take you to Blokees' website, and then it would register that, hey, you have this guy, hey, you have this guy, hey, you have this guy. And once you register all of them, it allows you to purchase the Devastator kit. But Hasbro didn't allow Blokees to license Devastator in the States. Because my belief is it's too close to transforming, and Hasbro usually doesn't allow third-party companies to make transforming Transformers. It's just typically a first-party thing. So that's why he is such a pain in the butt to get in the States. You can find him on eBay, but I think you're gonna be paying an arm and a leg for him. I just got lucky; it shows he fulfilled my order. So let's move on to final thoughts. All right, so here are my final thoughts on the Blokees Chapter 3 Defender Wave. Full disclosure, when I first saw Blokees, I'm like, I am not getting into this stuff. And then I saw pictures of Devastator, and I was like, crap, they got me. So I ended up finding the first 3 parts of Devastator, and then getting the kit and this wave. And among other Blokees that I've picked up, I'm hooked on these little things. They're cute, they're easy, they're fun to just play with when you're sitting at your desk or on a live stream. I mean, there's not much to building them. And they just, for as little as they are, they have just really fun articulation, and you can do little poses and stuff. So right now I'm a pretty big fan of these. So I would suggest these to anybody, especially Transformer fans, or just somebody that's dabbling into Transformer fandom, because they're kind of an easy starting off point. They're not that expensive, and it's just, they're fun to play with. So I highly recommend. Look them up. I've been finding them on Show Z. Collecticon's a good place to find them. If you don't, well, that's the thing. So these are blind bags. So if you don't want to deal with blind bags, and that can be a pain in the butt, you might want to grab the whole case. Or like I said, you could go to like Collecticon. He sells them individually, and you can just buy the characters that you want. So maybe you don't want the whole wave. But yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I recommend picking these up. They don't take up much room in your collection, but look them up. So on that note, I'd like to thank everybody for watching. If you could, please like, subscribe, comment, share the video, and then if you could, look me up on all the other social medias. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, X. I'm on Facebook page. It's all Talib1980_collects. Give those a follow and a like and all that stuff, and I appreciate it. So I'll see you on the next one. Thank you. Take care. Peace.